For all you guys, and Eddie, you can start as the older guy, I guess, or the veteran guy. What's the difference heading into this season, maybe than it was last year? What if, obviously the roster is different, things are different, but what's the different mindset, and maybe what did last year do for you guys, not making it in the end?
I think we're mentally stronger from last year. We got a lot of old guys that transferred in, so I think they really want something big with this program as well. So we all just came closer this year. I believe like Zion, Klein, they did a great job with holding each other like accountable, the whole team. We have meetings every single week trying to figure out like what can we do better to get better to like essentially get to Omaha. So I think just the whole team has like just come together and we're all just a lot closer.
Yeah, to build off of what Eddie said, everybody's just bought in this year. There's nobody who's thinking about, the next step, summer baseball, different schools or none of that. Like, it's just a different vibe this year with the team. And again, like Eddie said, we came together and we meshed so well. And I truly believe it's because, the guys that, didn't want to be here were able to leave. And, we just got a whole lot of guys that wanted to prove themselves coming in, wanted to prove like their abilities and things of that nature. So we got a whole lot of players that want to win. A lot of the freshmen want to win. They're just excited to get out there and play. I mean, and everybody has one goal in mind, and that's a win. We're playing for each other this year.
Yeah, we definitely revived our culture a little bit, back to kind of that 2019, that kind of feel of a lot of energy. And bringing in a bunch of new guys definitely has its challenges, but it also helps you get a different perspective and things like that. And one of the things we like to do is called Hero Hardship Highlight. And one of the things Mac brought up about that is that a lot of guys' highlights for their entire career has been things that they've done in summer ball. And he brought up how it's disappointing that we haven't been able to have one of those highlights for us, and that it's kind of our time to make one of those highlights at school and make a big run and have some fun here.
Ryan, this is for you. Dan was in here and you mentioned how you guys had a conversation on the field while you were at Team USA about becoming full-time outfielder. How's that transition been going for you? And obviously, I imagine you're gaining confidence as the weeks progress, but how do you feel as the season's getting closer about being that full-time guy?
Yeah, out at USA, I'm fortunate enough to have a coach like Dan McDonald. He was very understanding of the situation that I was in. And, he kind of put confidence behind me, like, that's fine. Like, we're going to develop you into one of the best outfielders in the nation. So that was definitely a confidence booster for me. But, yeah, I mean, these guys, being around Eddie, guys of wisdom, Coach Variable, the work we put in every day, we hold each other accountable. Like, we try not to have nothing for. I mean, I learned from one of our freshmen, Griffin Crane, just every day trying to learn from different people, how they have become who they've become in the outfield, just so I can better myself, so I'm not a default when I'm on defense. So it's been coming along really well. It just comes down to in-game reps now, and continuing to build my confidence out there.
Yeah, question for Matt. Coach has talked a lot about you, high praises. He's compared you to Will Smith, obviously huge for this program. For you to take a step forward as a leader on this team, both offensively and defensively, how important is that going to be this season, and what are your personal expectations moving forward this year?
Yeah, definitely. As being one of the catchers, that's obviously a very important role of ours, is to kind of lead the pitching staff and get those guys on the right path. And looking back on last year, that may have been one of our many missing pieces, was kind of getting that pitching staff clicking fully. And so bringing them together has been kind of my job, and I've been trying to work on that all year along with the other catchers, but getting them to click is how we really take that next step up and start cruising.
For Eddie, I'm curious, after the end of last season, what kind of went into your decision to come back for your final year instead of signing and starting your professional career?
I just didn't get the looks or like offers I wanted, so it's just I thought it would be a perfect fit to just come back here, get to Omaha, win the national championship, be with my guys for one more year. It all just like God has a plan. Everything happens for a reason, so I think this is like just the perfect fit for me.
Go ahead, Mike. For all three of you, you get an opportunity to go to the Shriners Classic. Going to play 3 big games in 3 days, starting off with Texas, which is probably going to feel like a postseason game with the crowd there. What's that like, knowing you're going to an MLB ballpark to play the season opener?
This is pretty cool. It reminds me of like the year we went to Houston to play Texas A&M. The first game there was crazy. A lot of fans out there, a lot of Texas A&M fans actually. So it's just like we have more energy because of that reason. So I think this year it'll be even crazier. Getting to play in Dallas, all of our families gonna be out there. We're gonna have most of Texas fans. Gonna be at 8 p.m. So people gonna show out. It's gonna be real nice.
Yeah, I actually looked up Globe Field the other day, and I didn't realize how big it was. So I'm excited to go and play there. I'm grateful that, of course, we got the opportunity to be one of those teams in that tournament. But yeah, like Eddie said, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be all types of people out there. But we're gonna treat it like any other game.
Yeah, definitely just drawing back on that experience we got. It was my freshman year, Eddie's, I guess his redshirt freshman year, you could say. But there's a few of us still that remember going there, feeling that atmosphere. We've all played in big league parks at this point, and so having that atmosphere and being comfortable there is going to be a big piece for us. And at the end of the day, we're going in underdogs, so we got nothing to lose.
For any one of you guys, based on what you guys have seen over fall ball and in this preseason, what do you think is your strength when it comes to like the group of hitters that you have?
I say like just fighting in the batter's box. We got a bunch of dudes that just fight, never give up. I know Zions, he's one of them. Klein is great at that. Kamayu, he's really good at that. So I think moving the baseball, just not striking out, seeing multiple pitches, I think that's the strength of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna build off of what Ed said. Not only in the box, I think just all around, we're just a well-rounded team when it comes to hitting, and just offensively in general, getting on base. I mean, we got our base. We might have the most bases in the nation, stolen bases in the nation. Just like power hitters, contact hitters, like guys who are gonna move the ball. Like we got it all. So there's definitely no fear in our lineup, no holes in our lineup this year.
Yeah, to build off kind of what they said also, but we always talk about how many bullets can you have in your gun, and we got a lot of guys that got a lot of bullets. So you can do a lot of different things, mix and match different pieces, and so bringing that together is the puzzle that you end up getting to Omaha with.
Zach, you kind of talk about last year and what you learned coming in as a freshman playing and getting into the mix. Maybe some ups and downs and different things. What did you learn from last year that has helped you become a better player this year?
Yeah, I think last year was kind of like a freedom year for me because I feel like I really had nothing to lose. I was just kind of going out there, proving myself, and it was really fun. I think my biggest takeaway was, that was the longest season I played in a minute, so just trying to keep the body healthy. And I think another big thing, I know I DH'd a lot, so I'd be on the bench with like Coach Snyder or Vrabel or like Mac at the end, and just certain situations, learning the game more. I think allowed me to elevate my own game, like learning how pitchers are going to attack me in certain situations. Like before, I used to just go up there and I was hitting, but now it's like a strategy. Like the game became more fun because I treated it like chess, almost hitting. So yeah, I think that ability of knowing the situations has helped me, and now I'm able to pass that along to my other teammates to help them.
As a follow-up, do you miss the guys with the catchers at all? I mean, it's a different running around in the outfield is a little different than being behind the plate. Do you miss that at all? And I guess in an emergency situation, have you talked about that with Coach McDonald? Like, if something were to happen, would you still go do that?
Yeah, I definitely miss the catching fraternity. I mean, we got some tough catchers, and that's what this program has been built around. And the work they put in, I look at them now and just wonder like how we got all that work in last year. It's crazy how much catchers really do. But yeah, Coach Mack said, I mean, we're so deep with catchers, but if it does come down to that, I'll be able to go back there.
For any one of you guys, after a season last year that was, from a defensive standpoint, it was a little touch and go at times, what kind of strides do you guys think you've made over the offseason, and how well do you guys think you can be in that department?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely had our ups and downs kind of all over the board, whether that was infield, outfield, catching. But we've really brought in a lot of guys that are, whether that's experience with Kamayu, who's an older guy, or we just have a lot of raw talent out in the outfield, bringing some young guys like Griffin Crane and different guys to build off of that defense, and finding the right pieces to really make that full lockdown defense is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I think like outfielders, we all get our work. I can say that for us. We get the work. We get our work in every day. I do see like the infielders taking more reps even after practice. I know they want to hold themselves accountable, so they like do a little infield like session before, like that you would do it before a game. I know the catchers work with Coach Snyder all the time, but I think defense is like really the focus for us. Like even Coach Mackey emphasizes that all the time. That's why we have these yellow shirts on actually. Today is the defense day for us. So I think defense, that's just, we have to work on that every day, and that's what we're doing.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
You made mention of, how many bullets you have in the gun, or, how many different things guys can do in the lineup, with and how deep it is. With so much protection for everybody in the lineup, with just up and down, 1 through 9, there's not going to be anybody that's an easy out. How freeing is that, in the batter's box, knowing that there's protection behind you, there's a guy before you, and you don't have to do it all by yourself?
Yeah, like you said, it's just super freeing. Again, and even with our base stealers, honestly, like, we make pitchers worry so much about the person on base that, they just leave pitches over the plate for us to hit. So, yeah, that reassurance that you don't have to get the job done, because the guy behind you is most likely going to get it done if you don't. Yeah.
I say like bouncing off of what Zion said. It's just like you obviously want to get the job done, but if you don't, you just know you got guys right behind you ready to get the job done as well. We got guys up and down the lineup that can do any and everything. And like you said, the base stealing part, you got guys stealing bases. Like if I'm up to bat, I know Zion, he's on first. I know he is still second, he is still third too, so that's just a free RBI, So, like guys like Lucas, Alex, everybody can steal bases. So that always helps the hitters in the box.
Anything else? All right.